Hello, this is AnlineOffline. Today we'll summarize the Season 8 patch notes for COD Mobile 2024. All LMGs except for the PKM, MG42, and Hades are getting a buff to their flinch, and will all be within the same ballpark. One among them is the Bruin. It's also getting a buff to its headshot multiplier. With just one, you can now achieve a 3-shot potential in its first range, like the rapid-fire Hades. Unfortunately, it's still held back by its lack of spare ammo and miserable reload speed. The Odin is getting buffs to 2 of its range boosting suppressors. Colossus won't slow your ADS as much. Monolithic will be a one-of-a-kind as it won't hurt your bloom at all, unlike with other guns. But it's also getting a minor nerf to its burst range, which isn't a big deal. Personally, I don't focus on range boosting my Odin, but I know a lot of people do. The Switchblade is getting interesting buffs. The expected movement boost with Fast Mag has been altered because its base movement speeds are also getting buffed. If this applies to sprinting and strafing, the Switchblade will be the fastest for an SMG. It may also achieve a top 10 sprint speed and dethrone the L-Car as the fastest strafing weapon. Be warned, this playstyle is limited in range boosting, and you'll be stuck with a 26-round base mag, so you have to use Vulture, full ammo, or munition boxes. There's also the buff to its initial bloom, and it will be average instead of bad for an SMG. The QQ9 with 10mm rounds is getting a buff to its forearms, and will vastly improve its chances of achieving its potential time to kill, especially for 3-shotting people in close range. Instead of having bloom on par with SMGs and the AS Val, the Groza will now be average and match the Grau. The Gordize ADS time will be slightly faster than average for an SMG, instead of being slightly slower. It's also getting a buff to its OWC foregrip, which is nice for anyone who wants to use it, although I haven't met anyone who does. The EM2 is getting another buff, and this time to its recoil with Task Force barrel, which wasn't even bad. Lapa is getting a buff to its hipfire spread. Previously it was better than average for its class, now it will be the best for an SMG. The Grig 6 is getting a buff to its visual recoil, but since I'm not a fan of its iron sights, I usually prefer the deleted in favor of the M4 model. The final gun getting a buff is the HSO. With under rounds, the legs will deal 10% extra damage like it does to the body. This doesn't change your max one-shot range, but it should make it more consistent. Moving on to grenades, thermites are getting another buff this year. They will burn for 1 extra second and will deal more damage to vehicles, so that's going to be annoying on Nukedown. I could have sworn that the Flash drone was supposed to get a range buff a couple seasons ago, but it turns out nobody cared enough to double check. For operator skills, Black Ops 4's Shadow Blade will recharge faster. The Death Machine is getting yet another buff and will now have damage resistance when equipped, similar to the Equalizers. I have decided to cover gameplay related leaks, and the new gun is the FAL, or Lag 53, as it will be called, and it's quite different from its Modern Warfare 2019 counterpart. By default, it's a slow-firing, full-auto weapon with an infinite 3-shot kill like the Odin, but with a different 2-shot area and is slower all around. They made one of the barrels semi-auto, but I don't know if it's worth using, even with the new input buffering. The Jak-12 should have never been nerfed in multiplayer for its sins in Battle Royale. After years of neglect, it's finally getting its Dragon's Breath rounds, and people are afraid. It should improve your chances of 2-shotting unless someone uses Dauntless or Flak Jacket. Luckily it's only an 8-round mag and it's not going to 2-tap people across the map, like with the Thermite Man of War. Slug rounds can already do that and nobody uses them. So it could be annoying on shipment, but that's just shipment. I don't know about BR because I don't play it. The new streak is Vanguard's Flame Knot, or a Juggernaut with a flamethrower, and it can run or jump unlike Advanced Warfare's XS1 Goliath. The new blue perk is Assassin from Cold War, and it allows you to hunt down enemy players for more points that have a KD higher than 4 or have used 3 or more streaks. And last but not least, the new map is Combine from Black Ops 3. So look forward to more jetpack modes in rotation, but on possibly the best jetpack map in Call of Duty. So, what are my thoughts on these balance changes? Kinda meh. The BP50 and MG42 are still the best weapons in the game. Yes, the former did get a shadow nerf to its long-range damage, but it still renders aggressive SMGs obsolete because the rapid barrel kills faster than you can ADS. Campers with LMGs will be more annoying to challenge at range now that they don't have the same flinch as SMGs. For what it's worth, I am interested in the Switchblade 10mm QQ9 and Jack 12. Why they went out of their way to nerf snipers and zombies is beyond me. But hey, that's just my opinion. Maybe our devs are taking it easy on balance changes while they work on COD Mobile's 5th anniversary and Delta Force. My name is On, and I'm off.